Alrighty, happy Monday, fun day. Oh man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Just like every single day, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Hopefully, everyone is doing great. Very excited for this week of well, we got potentially a lot of drama happening this week. For some reason, my webcam does not look right. I don't know. You know, these technology devices that are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Okay. Maybe I just looked at myself a little differently. Anyways, we gotta talk about JP Morgan a little bit. We gotta talk about what happened over the weekend. A lot of volatility in the bank sector, aka SoFi's sector. Gotta be talking about the Bung profile here, public account, pretty much what my game plan is, what I'm personally doing, what I'm looking for. Gonna try to keep this video below 25 minutes here. As always, if you do find value in this video, please smash the like button. Hold on, gotta plug in my laptop. I prefer laptops over desktops because I'm a very mobile person. Somebody asked that in a previous video that I said. And let's jump right into it. Okay, so firstly, let's go ahead and show this very quickly. So the public profile account challenge that I'm doing here, I'm depositing 125 bucks every single Monday. $125 this week just hit. Every week when I buy stock, I'm definitely going to be talking about it. However, hypothetically, if I don't buy stock, then I'm just going to be building a cash position. I've talked about that a lot. Secondly here, okay, so JP Morgan, their earnings is, whew, man, Taco Tuesday, baby. You know, it's, I was actually talking to a friend of mine over the weekend. SoFi's earnings is typically on a Taco Tuesday. And, there have been times, where I have had some, beef very early in the morning. Actually made myself a egg and beef little burrito in a way. And I've actually had it at 7, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Right now it's actually 10:38 a.m. I'm Eastern Zone base. So whatever times I normally say in the video is typically coincide to Wall Street in New York City. Yeah, Friday. SoFi is actually doing their earnings on Friday, which is very untypical. Why is this? I've stated this a couple times before, and a lot of people think it's other reasons. So typically if in earnings, so if a company comes out and says, "Hey, we're going to push our earnings forward," that is very bullish. Very, very bullish indeed. If they go ahead and move it away, delay it, that is bearish. But here's the thing. You got some perma bears on social media that is saying that this is very bearish. They're actually going to miss triple all the way around. They're going to miss on rev. They're going to miss on EPS. They're going to miss on guidance. That is very unrealistical. Maybe they miss on 1 out of the 3, but I mean, like, all of them, that would go against their norm and go against their execution, what they're currently doing. But I mean, hey, you know, in this backwards world that we live in, anything is very possible here. I don't believe that pushing earnings from Tuesday to Friday is pushing earnings back. The Federal Reserve meeting is the Wednesday of the week as SoFi's earnings. It would be stupid. I was actually going to say another non-PG word. Actually fucking retarded if they actually did it on a Tuesday and then they gave guidance and they're like, well, if the Fed does this, this is what our guidance is going to be. If the Fed does that, no. Let the Fed come out. Let the Fed give guidance for the next, like, couple months, and then SoFi will be paired to the Federal Reserve. It's very smart. Anthony Noto, it's the reason why I'm a long-term investor is because Anthony Noto knows what he's doing. I have a military background. Did a lot of time in the United States Marine Corps, and the hardest part of anything, and I was infantry, Afghan veteran. Um, the hardest part to anything that you're due on a combat deployment, not on a deployment, is the planning preparation phase. So SoFi has done the legwork for all the planning. The planning that SoFi did was honestly 2022, 23, and they've just been executing. So they're literally just executing, 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 executing. It doesn't make sense that they're going to come out and not execute, and it makes even more sense that Anthony Noto is very strategic of a planner and thinker, which means the reason why they're doing earnings on Friday is because they're doing it after the Federal Reserve convenes. A lot of people on social media are saying horrific other nonsense. So if you're a SoFi long-term shareholder, ignore the noise, because honestly, a lot of people just want you to sell their shares because they're shorting the company, or they have puts on the companies. Shorting the company in the sense they're actually taking a short position. On my Webull account here for this Bung profile, I have the ability to short stocks on Webull. I don't short stocks. I really believe it's bad mojo, kind of like trading on margin. But you can short stocks, legitimately attack a stock. And the short interest to SoFi is still relatively high for everything they've been doing. I believe it's like almost 10% here. Whoopsies, wrong screenshot. Let me go ahead, I gotta double check. Hold on. I did not even mean to really pull this up here. I'm not on I'm not on this one site. Oh boy. Forbes, I believe it's called. But just simply asking, Google AI is going to pull it. Yeah, it's roughly about 10%, which is still a lot on the type of company that they're experiencing. Because SoFi is experiencing massive amount of growth, but yet they still have a short interest. Like what? Like we are beyond the phase of we are beyond the profitability phase here. They should not have a 10% short interest. But these shorts are going to be rocked like crazy. Okay, next thing on the list here. Donald Trump, President Trump, what did he do? He basically did something that kind of really shook up a lot of people. He basically posted on social media that to make affordability better, he's going to pass a law that pretty much will pretty much put a cap on credit cards to 10% interest. Now, obviously, in order to do this, it requires a lot, okay? This is obviously a midterm play, and this is why that I'm really betting 26 is going to be a big year, because we have midterms. And, I mean, it doesn't matter what political party is in the White House, Democrat or Republican, they're going to always prop up the stock market to make people feel good. You don't want the stock market to be down when you have a midterm year. People look at the stock market and say, hey, the stock market's doing great. The president in office is obviously doing great. You can also have a president in office not knowing what the hell he is doing, getting blowjobs underneath his desk, Bill Clinton, and you can have the roaring 90s. A lot of people really forget that Bill Clinton really took a back seat, literally. Bill Clinton didn't do jack shit during the 90s. Not a lot of people are willing to actually admit this. Not a lot of people are willing to do their own research. Bill Clinton did not do anything. It was primarily everything from the 80s of Reaganomics really playing out. And you really saw the roaring 90s based upon that. So if we're going to be having a golden age here in America, we're in a start, but the start is definitely very rocky and very shaky, volatile. But I mean, if we're going to be experiencing double-digit gains like during the 90s, you had 7 straight years of double-digit gains. Don't quote me on that. I believe it was a record. It was insane. I was born 1988. I was obviously, but the thing that I remember growing up as a kid is that everyone was talking great about the U.S. economy. Everyone, everyone in every sector, and I don't come from a super wealthy family. But at the same time, I remember the sentiment was good. Everyone had a good feeling. So right now, people are not feeling good about the stock market. People are not feeling good about the housing market. If that changes, this market could very quickly. So with that being said, the midterm year tends to be very decent for a return because whoever is in the White House is going to really prop up the market. This is very much a play on words here because it will take a lot for to put a cap on credit card companies. But hypothetically, if the Republicans maintain control of the House and the Senate, and if people are going to be voting for this, I honestly don't really think. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't really think people are going to be voting solely on this issue. But maybe other issues are going to be coming out. Maybe a bill is going to go into place, maybe sometime next year. But the stock market takes in consideration for the future. So we did see a lot of, and right now, this could very well be what we are experiencing, some volatile action here because of this over the weekend. But understand that, like, this is going to require, like, a lot to be approved. It's not going to be a snap of the fingers, credit card companies and interest rate, no, it doesn't work like that. Moving on to the next topic here, JP Morgan. Jamie Dimon is an absolute baller of a CEO. I've been following him for a while. I mean, overall, like, JP Morgan is a bank, but if we go back the last couple years here, I mean, if you bought, like, in the 150s here, coming out of pretty much 2022, even if you bought in the 170s, beginning of 24, they've been on a tear here, an utter tear, let alone so many other stocks as well, too. Going back to 2016, you're talking a double up happened, and it's minus Rona, but I mean, it's even hypothetically, if Rona did not happen, maybe they would have just been going on a tear even more, but still, JPM still growing. They're going to be a hot thing to really watch and really see. It's kind of really humorous because I used to dabble in a lot of EVs, and whenever Tesla would basically get hit, a lot of the the entire EV sector would also get hit as well too. So we got to really hope that JP Morgan is going to be doing well. But here's the unique feature: SoFi is not like JP Morgan. Water cheers. SoFi is a disruptor of a company. They're doing what JP Morgan is not doing. A lot of people were talking about potentially SoFi being acquired by a big bank. Well, if SoFi continues to grow, it's going to be costly. Like, SoFi's market cap is already in the tens and tens of billions. Imagine if SoFi's market caps goes to near 50 billion soon, hopefully, maybe later this year. It's going to be too expensive to really acquire. I mean, the time to really acquire SoFi was when it was 10, 20 billion maybe of a market cap. Now we're well over 30 billion of a market cap here. So, yeah, I mean, a big bank like JP Morgan could still step in and maybe acquire SoFi. That would definitely boost up the stock price significantly. And I mean, hey, I'm going to walk away on a lot of profits. But still, SoFi is a disruptor. They're doing what JP Morgan is not. They are appealing to the Gen Z, a lot of millennial type crowd. JP Morgan is a traditional bank, and a lot of people are fed up with traditional banks. The banks that I use are where I keep my money is primarily military banks. And the thing about military banks is that they don't charge you to have a checking account. The vast majority of these banks nowadays, they will charge you for having a checking account. If you're a student, I believe you get an exemption. SoFi, don't quote me on this. I just got to double check. Man, I am underprepared for this video. But then again, things pop into my head that I don't really think. Hold on. Does SoFi charge a monthly fee to have a checkings account? Let's see. No, it does not. And this is why a lot of millennials really love SoFi along with a lot of Gen Z, because this stuff appeals to the typical person. Not the typical person has a military bank with I could legitimately have $1 in my checking account and I still would not be charged to have a checking account. It's a very big thing. So this appeals to a lot of people. So if JP Morgan goes down for a unrelated reason, it doesn't necessarily mean SoFi is going to tank also. But if JPN comes out and says, hey, there's something wrong in the lending sector, oh yeah, SoFi is gonna get hit significantly here. Okay, so that's really pretty much, we went over about what happened over the weekend. $125 hit. How time is still good on this video. Talk about the account, the bung profile here. Pretty much looking to take this to 6 figures over the course of 18 months. If I do an emergency buy, if I do an emergency, if this market nosedives and I deposit $5,000 as an emergency funds, then it will go to 16 months, not 18 months, because I'll be buying stock like crazy. Still sitting on quite a bit of capital here, uninvested, and little, about 5% of the profile is straight cash. Basically, pretty much a slow, it's been bleeding back and forth. This profile has been bleeding back and forth over the last month. And if you've been following me here on YouTube, I've been saying well before January that January is probably going to be a kick in the nuts for a month. And I'm kind of really glad, but to be honest, it's not that bad of a kick in the nuts here. And the reason being is because SoFi is really trading between this very weird range that we have going on. Same thing with AMD, same thing with Meta, Palantir, Hood, Adobe, PayPal. I may add some more shares here soon. I'm looking to actually build up this position a little bit, but I'm not looking to be a long-term shareholder of PayPal. I just believe the stock is significantly oversold on a technical analysis and fundamental analysis basis. So win-win chicken dinner. If PayPal, after their earnings that's coming up soon, if they go up 20-30% over the course of maybe like a month or two, they do a rebound, I'm probably going to cut my profits and say, hey, I'm going to move on, because I am looking at other positions here. Same thing with Honest Company as well too. But I mean, I honestly thought that January was going to be even more a kick in the nuts here. We're just trading between a range. So I'm on the daily time frame. SoFi right now is definitely below the 100-day moving average, but as you see, the 150-day moving average, they're getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And when they do that, boom, baby, they tend to really like get away from each other very quickly, kind of like this area down here where we see a breakout. So we're looking to go in either direction right now. We could very well go back down to the $24 support. I'll add some more shares. We could break out to all-time highs. Earnings it's right around the corner, guys. I don't really like giving price estimates, or rather, I don't really like giving. I'm going to make a separate video talking about my prediction for SoFi's earnings. Let me go ahead and say that. Okay, so that video is definitely coming out soon. I did add JP Morgan here on the stocks to watch because they do correlate to SoFi. Nvidia, you basically have a correlation to AMD, not to mention Palantir too, especially with the AI aspect. Robinhood, Coinbase, Bitcoin, all three of these are aligned. Meta's a little different, more so I want to say SPY, Q aspect. Same thing with Adobe. PayPal is in its own world, same thing with Honest Company as well. Okay, I got a couple minutes left to wrap up this video here. What am I doing for my game plan? I'm doing the same exact thing as last week and the week before. I am well positioned. I'm sitting on some capital that is uninvested still, that is on this account. I got capital in my bank accounts that's uninvested for a apocalyptic scenario, a drawdown. I mean, if we go up, that's a win-win. If we go down, it's a win-win. I'm positioned. The question is, are you? And that's where you have to do your own due diligence, really. So I'm just taking a seat back. I work. I'm a workaholic here. I'm a bachelor by choice. I got small businesses that I run, profitable. I'm also an author, and I'm just building cash. That's what I do. That is my strategy. When the market tends to go like this, I just build cash. When there's a big buy the dip opportunity, I get in. And as the market goes up and everyone's celebrating, I slowly take profits and I prepare for the next bullshit, whatever it may be. There's going to be buy the dip opportunities this year for sure. Could be when Powell is getting out, or it could be before he leaves. Who really knows? Maybe the next couple months is a buy the dip opportunity. Who really knows? We may have a nasty first couple months of this year. We may have a great couple months and then have a nasty end of the year. There's so many different possibilities here. It's really, you got to be ready for anything, and that's really what it comes down to. Are you ready if we go up? Are you ready for if we go down? But the biggest thing that kills people is patience. Right now, we are just doing a wave, a zigzag, and because of that, it scares the bejesus out of people. It scares people more than the stock market going down and the stock market going up. It really does. Patience is a virtue. It's taken me a very long time to really perfect it in my own life. And the market is one way you can definitely hone those skills. But otherwise, if I do buy some stock here, whether it's today or tomorrow, I'll definitely let you all know. That's really what I'm looking to do. As we get closer to these earnings here, I'll definitely be shedding some more light about what my thoughts and potential predictions are for them. If you found value in today's video, definitely smash the like button. Like I said, subscribe for future content here. We are going to be rock and rolling, and hopefully we get to 100 subs relatively soon here. And yeah, once we get past this earnings seasons, it's going to show. It's going to show, because it's going to show a lot of people with anxiety. Hey, you bunch of dum-dums. This was clearly just a fearful buy the dip opportunity here. Otherwise, we have a lot of economical data coming out this week as well. I just want to go ahead and, yeah, a lot of economical data. Wednesday, PPI, tomorrow, CPI. A lot of stuff coming out this week. So we'll be covering that here. But as always, be safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.